Well, we were feeling like some Mexican food this week, but instead of heading south of the border, Firehouse favorites made a quick trip to Mustang, Oklahoma. The Mustang Fire Department does a great job of keeping everybody in the community safe. It's also pretty darn good at making one mean Mexican meal.
Hello, Chris Edwards with Mustang Fire Department. Today we're going to be cooking a Mexican casserole. It's actually a pretty simple dish, like I said. I mean, definitely for the game day stuff, and it's good for here. It feeds a lot of people. Apparently, feeding a lot of people takes a lot of ingredients. And it all starts with frying up some ground meat. And as the meat starts to get done, we'll add our spices. The more the better sometimes, and definitely at the Firehouse, you just kind of throw all the spices you got in it. So that's good. And then after we get all the spices in, we'll go ahead and add our enchilada sauce and our tomato sauce. Make kind of a spaghetti type paste for our casserole dish. Oh, and in case you missed it, we have a lot of firefighters on duty today, but the one guy who was not present made sure he was accounted for. That's Lieutenant Mike DeFranco. He's always supervising. You know, he's a great supervisor even when I'm cooking. I mean, he's just standing here watching me. We wanted to make sure that Mike got included in today's festivities with Chris's cooking, mainly because Mike didn't feel like he needed to be at work today due to the fact that he thought we might be giving him his birthday spanking on TV. Even on his day off, he takes the day off and he's just right here looking over my shoulder. So, under the creepy and watchful eye of Lieutenant DeFranco, we all went about our business. Chris, of course, continued to cook the casserole. We'll crush the chips up. Thanks to Jeff George, we've got plenty of crushed chips now. Thanks, Jeff.
Oh, hey, no problem.
Appreciate that. Basically, take the crumbs of the chips, and we'll put down a layer of our meat sauce. Put the chips down, some cheese. Put another layer of our meat sauce and some more chips and cheese. And so it'll be like a layered casserole. We got the oven set at 350. We're gonna pop them in there just for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, just to kind of get everything cooked together and the cheese melted. And
as promised, the casseroles came out and there was plenty to go around. The only problem was that the guys ran out of napkins, but that was an easy fix. Our apologies go out to Lieutenant Mike DeFranco this morning. He couldn't be with us that day, but that's okay. Is he watching now, you think?
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's pretty heated now. So,
Chris Edwards from the Mustang Fire Department. Thanks for being with us this morning, Chris.
No problem.
I got some bad news for you, man.
What's that?
We kind of just outed you there, right? Because your wife doesn't know you can cook.
I know. She doesn't.
She does now.
I know. Yeah. I'm going to be cooking every night now.
You're stuck, brother. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about what we're making today, Chris. Mexican casserole. How do we get started?
Mexican casserole. We make ours with venison at Mustang Fire Department. But you can make it with ground beef, anything like that. So what we do is we just take our ground beef, throw it all in our pan, start cooking that up.
Right.
While that's cooking, we're going to cut up our onions and our peppers, throw that in. You can make it as hot as you want. These are Anaheim sweet peppers. You can use, you know, jalapenos, anything like that, spice it up.
The great thing about this is you can put a lot of variety into it. You can make as much or as little as you want because it can feed a lot of people.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on how much how much deer you bag for the season.
Exactly.
As far as the venison goes.
Yeah.
It can be as spicy as you want it too,
yeah.
right?
There's a whole bunch of spices in it. Or if you don't use a bunch of spices, you can get your normal taco seasoning and just throw your normal taco seasoning in it. You know, that'll spice up your meat good enough for you.
And so we're layering this stuff up, Chris. What goes on the bottom, and then how do we go from there?
After you get your meat all cooked up and you got your enchilada sauce and your tomato sauce and all that stuff added in, basically we're going to put that down first.
Okay. And then after that we go with some chips and cheese and then keep repeating that, I guess, right?
Yeah, as deep as your dish is, you know, you can go a couple layers or 3 or whatever.
Now, when you put on, I mean, to spice it up even more, we put some beans on top of it. What else can we put on top of this to make it even, give it a little bit more of a kick? You
know, your cayenne pepper, all that stuff is always good to add to spice it up. The hotter your peppers are, obviously when you're cooking the meat, the hotter it's going to be. You can buy a hotter enchilada sauce. They've got a hot enchilada sauce that'll spice it up pretty good. And then your normal just hot salsa. and all that good stuff.
Because this is about 10% of the spices you actually use.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't bring all the ones I used. So.
No, you're just splashing and dashing. You're just grabbing stuff left and right and tossing it in there and everything like that. Now, as far as the dish goes, it can feed a lot of people, and especially a fire department, a bunch of hungry guys. It's great for that, right?
Yeah.
And it keeps for a while, so you guys can eat this all shift.
Oh yeah.
Right?
You can make a whole bunch of it, throw it in the fridge, and then actually pull it out and bake it later. So definitely like on game day, you can make it the night before.
Yeah.
Throw it in when everybody gets to the house, so you're not sitting there cooking while everybody else watching the games.
We're sitting there dipping chips in it too, so it's great for later, like for a dip or something like that. It'll last a while. So what are you cooking for dinner tonight?
I don't know. I have to get to the station to see what the captain wants. Whatever he wants, I'll cook. So.
I'm surprised your wife hasn't called yet.
Yeah. Oh, she let me know. She'll let me know. So.
Chris, I can't thank you enough, sir, for coming in this morning.
Thank you guys.
And by the way, Buy for Less Foods right now sponsoring Firehouse Favorites. So what you can do right now is win yourself a $25 gift card to Buy for Less. All you got to do is call 475-9190, 475-9190. Get yourself a gift card, get yourself some food, maybe some good food like this. Chris, thank you once again. Angie and Matt, grab a fork. Guys, come on over, man. Help yourself. What do you think?
I will be there in 2 seconds flat, Jeff. Thank you very much.